Your brain wants three things. It wants to be protected from pain and harm and hurt. It wants to do things that are fun and enjoyable. And it also wants to create an impact both on yourself and on other people. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about how the human brain works on a scale of a day. And then I'm going to talk about the experience of that. Hello guys, I hope I'm clear. I hope I am in the frame. My name is Mtibwa Hilary, and today I would like to talk about the essence of life. I know very many people now and in the past have tried to answer the question of the meaning of life. And to be honest, the meaning of life question cannot be answered from only one perspective. What I want to focus myself on today is the reason as to why a person wakes up in the morning and the reason as to why they go to sleep at the end of the day. Life is a combination of many days, of a batch of days. And that means whatever it is that a person pursues in their day is what it is that they pursue in their life. Because their life is just a bunch of different pursuits on different days. Before I go far, before making the video, I realized I put on this t-shirt the other way around. This is supposed to be the back part, but I was like, who cares? Anyway, to get into it, first of all, the moment anyone wakes up on any day in the morning, the first thing the human body does, actually the human brain, is to make you survive or to protect you from harm. So the moment you wake up like this, the security guards in your brain come on, as well as the other components which are going to come on one by one, but the security guards are always going to be on. That is why if you wake up and there is fire in your room, before you even think about your hunger, before you even think about some pain that you slept with in your leg, you will automatically start running, because the first thing to come on when you wake up is the security guard in your brain. There is a part of the brain, the hypothalamus, which tries to bring the body into a state of balance, and science calls that homeostasis. All the things I'm going to mention in this video are not things that I think. They are things that have been proven by science over the years of scientific research. So, to get back where I was, when your brain wakes up and your eyes open, if you're not blind, and light enters your eyes and you start to get sensations on your skin, and if you're hungry, then a signal is going to be sent to your brain to look for food, and to you it's going to signal as hunger. And after that has happened, you're going to want to take something, so you're going to yearn for breakfast. So you will go make yourself some tea, or go outside there, buy something, or go to the refrigerator and try to get some food. So yeah, the primary activity that your brain does after you wake up is to try and bring your body to balance, to see if you have any pains anywhere, so that it signals you that you have to do something about this. So that's what every brain of every mammal does. It's not something that is only specific to humans, but we all know, as humans, as of now, are the most intelligent species on this planet. So that means our brains are capable of much more than just balancing of the body. So the next thing your body does, or your brain, is to look into yesterday and find out if there is anything that needs to be translated into today based on yesterday. And this happens subconsciously. Whether you want it or not, in the first hour of you waking up, you're going to have some thoughts about things that happened the day before. And what your brain is basically trying to do is to pull up some lessons from yesterday, from the things that you perceived yesterday, and see if it can include that in the plan for the day of today, so that it can improve your experience for today as compared to yesterday. So all this happens subconsciously. You won't realize that this is happening in your brain, but it happens. We have not yet even got into the part of the meaning of life. We are just tackling the basics first. Tackling the things that the brain does first before it tries to do things that are going to answer your question of the meaning of life. So what happens after that? You start to yearn for novelty. And what this basically means is your mind starts to yearn for new experiences. Your mind doesn't want to replay yesterday exactly the way it was today. So it will try to yearn for things that seem to be interesting and new. As much as it has a tendency of wanting predictability, wanting things that, wanting to not have a lot of surprises, in some way it wants a certain level of surprise. So what it basically does is to push you to try out new things. So this is the part where we start entering into the answers for the question of the meaning of life. And I think it also explains this. I think this is not scientifically proven. I think it explains why in a person's lifetime they try to send themselves on adventures. You always try to do things that you are not familiar with doing. That's why people go skydiving. That's why people go swimming. That's why people go to the beach. Definitely, this thing that you are trying to do must be something that is enjoyable. As the brain is looking for non-familiar stuff to do, it will never go for anything that it believes and is sure is a source of pain. It can't do that because of the security guards we talked about. They are trying to protect you from pain and hurt. But there is this part which is trying to push for new things. Your brain does not only want to do new things, but there is also a part of your brain that wants to feel valuable, that wants you, that gives you the need to feel that you have an impact on something or on somebody. So as there is this part of your brain that is pushing you to go for things which seem interesting and new, there is also this part that is trying to make an impact on anything or anybody. So what happens is, it becomes a dance. Your brain sends you to do things that are interesting, that are fun, and then when it feels like you have had enough of that for some time, it now sends you to do things that have an impact on yourself. But also that's the whole point. That's the part where people get into self-improvement. It's getting windy, so I think I have to raise my voice or maybe to come nearer because the audio production is going to be affected. But what I was basically saying is, Your brain wants three things. It wants to be protected from pain and harm and hurt. It wants to do things that are fun and enjoyable. And it also wants to create an impact both on yourself and on other people. For the third part, it explains why people get into self-improvement schemes, because your brain pushes you to try and improve something about yourself. And it also explains why people put in effort into doing things that are going to create an impact on other people's lives, because there is that yearning of wanting to have an impact on people. So the meaning of life is wrapped into these three things. So meaning, in my view, if anyone wants to have a good life, they should be good at doing things that protect them from harm, from hurt, from pain. They should be good at doing things that are fun, and they should be good at doing things that improve them and improve other people. Now, most of these other things that happen in a person's life, having kids, marrying, going to work, starting up a company, starting up a business, going to social events, going to the beach, going skydiving, going mountain hiking, going to the ocean, going on a boat cruise, everything, going to the bar, all those things fit in one of these three things. Going for jogging might fit in two, that is improving yourself. Actually, it might fit in all three: improving yourself, protecting yourself from harm and pain, because some people go for jogging because they are trying to keep themselves healthy, which is basically you trying to protect yourself from the pain of not being healthy. And some people go for jogging because it's fun. Maybe they have some other interesting friends that they go jogging with, maybe marathon stuff. So everything, what I'm basically saying in this video, just to summarize it, is that everything that you do in this life falls in one of these three departments. So if you feel like you want to have more control of your life, then you should find out what things that you like to do in each of these three departments and improve yourself in doing them. That's what the science says. That's not what Hillary says. Bye. The last video I made, I talked about side ventures, side hustles and stuff like that. I am still looking to see which physical side hustles could work for me. My mind right now is fixed on trying to see if I can get into making and selling liquid soap. But we'll see. Whatever happens, the channel has to be updated. Whatever decisions are made, when that time comes, which is not very far, I guess, the channel has to be updated. Otherwise, I wish I could hear from you guys. I so much wish I could hear from you guys, actually, to know where you are, what you do, what challenges you're currently having in life, what things you are grateful for, what you're working towards, you know. Yeah. Otherwise, Hillary signs out. Catch up when we catch up. Bye.